Welcome back, everybody. Hey, staying warm and stylish for this year's holiday events may seem like a bit of a task. You want to stay warm, but you don't want to ruin the overall look of your ensemble, right? So how do you know which style to choose? Our image consultant, Brandy Price, joins us right now to help. Brandy, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, yes, let's talk coats, right? You have this really cool casual outfit picked out, and then you're like, oh, I got to cover it all up. But you can still look cool, feel comfortable all at the same time.
Right, absolutely. And we're going to be doing more things outdoors this year.
Yes.
I mean, the snow is great today, but we're going to be a little bit colder than normal if we're doing all of the things we're supposed to be doing with this pandemic, right? So we need to be outside more. Events are going to be outside. We don't want to necessarily ruin our outfits with a coat, but we want to stay warm. The first thing that you really need to think about when you are choosing the perfect coat and not ruining the visual impact of your ensemble is your torso length. The length of your coat is determined by your torso length. So if you have a longer torso, you need a little bit of a longer coat. If you have a shorter torso, you need a little bit of a shorter coat. So a couple of ways to know the length of your torso and how it compares with the clothing manufacturers are two different keys that I always use with clients. Is one, if you prefer high-rise jeans, chances are you have a longer torso. If you prefer mid-range, chances are you have an average torso, and then you can pretty much pick whatever you want to. But those of you who have a shorter torso, longer swimsuits, like if you go to fit a swimsuit, the standard size will not fit you if you have a long or a short torso. They're geared for mid-range torso because that is the bulk of the people. So if you usually need a long torso swimsuit or a shorter torso swimsuit when you're purchasing, or you opt for a piece because you can't find a one piece that fits, chances are you have a longer or a shorter torso. And that is how you're going to gear what coat you need and just clothing in general. Really, a longer torso needs a longer coat.
Well, here's another question. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Well, I have another question for you because obviously a lot of us are doing a lot of online shopping nowadays. And when it comes to coats, I mean, do you pick one online, or is this something that you should probably try on before you commit to it?
You should try a coat on before you commit to it. You do want to try the size. One of the main things with a coat really is that, especially if you want to stay warm in it, you're going to need to have layers underneath of it. So you don't typically pick the same size that you wear. And trying before you buy is really going to be the best bet.
Right.
You want to make sure you have enough room in the shoulders to where when you cross your arms, there's enough room for a sweater and even a base layer to fit underneath. That way you usually need to size up at least one size. Also, you want to make sure that there's enough room, that the coat is not so tight that the air cannot circulate. The idea of a coat is that you want to have warm air in there that's continually circulating. And if that air has nowhere to go, you're going to actually be cold even if it's a warm coat.
Interesting. Okay, and then you also say appropriate coats by event, right? Of course, the type of coat you wear depends on what you're going to be doing.
Absolutely. If you're going to be out and about, so let's say you're going to Conner Prairie, you're going to Mary Prairie, or maybe you're going to Winter Lights, you're going to be outside, and it's more of a festive event with children around, and that you're going to be doing a lot of walking, you need to have a parka. Like, your best friend is still probably going to be the parka, with fur, without fur, but make sure that it has some downfill in it, that kind of puffer style that can kind of just be a snowball around you but keep you warm. That's going to be your best solution. For the more formal events, so if you still have Christmas parties that you're going to for work, or if you have family gatherings that you're still doing, you want to wear more of a longer trench style coat or a dress coat to be able to keep warm, and that's going to help with the traditional ensemble that you would be wearing for that type of an event. Now, for casual events, or for your more festive events, so if you're still going to, let's say the ballet is doing the Nutcracker here in town, right, over the weekend, you want to pick something that's a little bit more festive and fun. You're going to be indoors and outdoors a little bit, but using that traditional, like, faux fur opera style coat or even an opera style shawl, that's going to be a little bit more elegant and elevated with your outfit. A lot of people are wearing velvet or wearing fancy dresses too. We still want to have that piece of our holiday tradition, right?
Absolutely.
So using the opera coat instead of just throwing a puffer on top of it, it really doesn't suit the event.
Right, the event. Okay, Brandy, we got to wrap this up. But any final thoughts that you would like to share with everybody this morning?
Stay warm, and I would say, do a lot of your activities outside. We're planning on doing things in tents around our our area for some of the holiday events that we're doing with our family, just to be able to stay safe this year
Yeah.
and still keep that distance
I think
and
so
stay
too.
warm.
And stay warm.
Yeah.
Brainy, thank you so much, of course, for your tips as always. We'll put these on our website, indystyle.tv.